Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure just to have you live at a charge. A little countdown to great action here presented by Lunatic Designs. It is Monday night GT3 series action here, live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We are your platform for sim racing, and it's going to be an absolute blast to see what these drivers do. And yeah, it's going to be cool. I like it. Stay tuned, sports. Giving you your pole sitter tonight. Tyler Hammond's going to get that pole knocked out of the way. We're going to see Anthony Crown over your outside pole sitter. Theodore is going to be out there with Nathan Bigart. David Steiner, Chris Rover is going to be out there in row number 3. Wesley Strait, Michael Strickland, row number 4. Ryan Went, Robert Church, row number 5. 10 drivers in tonight's race. We're going to run an hour here tonight at Circuit des Zolder. The Zolder circuit in Belgium. We like the Grand Prix. We like this racetrack. It's pretty. It's amazing. It's amazingly awesome. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like. I appreciate you, sir. Folks, if you haven't done so, hit that like button for it. It goes a long way to support what we do. They have one fast repair, 2 sets of tires. So you can join this series. You can join it at discord.gg/shop-shop-racing. iRacing, your platform for sim racing out there as well. We're going to give some love to Dub Farm LLC for helping out with the Chopp'N It Up GT3 series here. It is 77 degrees on the air temperature, 27% humidity, clear skies with a 5-mile-an-hour wind, 97 degrees on the track temperatures. The drivers load in. A lot to be said for this racetrack because this racetrack is it's just fun. It's pretty. It is a pretty dang old racetrack. That's for darn sure. They're gonna work their way back around, and as they do, Zolder is from Houston Zolder. The Circuit Zolder is also known as the Circuit Telemann. It is 2.492 miles in length. It was built in 1963 and hosted the Formula One Belgian Grand Prix on 10 separate occasions from the 1970s to the 1980s, as well as the 1980 Belgian Motorcycle Grand Prix. F1 moved to Zolder in 1973, and with the exception of a race at the Nivelles Barrière in 1974, Zolder was the location of the Belgian Grand Prix until 1982. That year, the Canadian driver Gilles Villeneuve was killed during a qualifying lap at the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix. Villeneuve's Ferrari 126 C2 collided at speed with the March 821 of Jochen Maas. The Ferrari was torn up in the accident when rolling. Villanueva was thrown from the car. This racetrack not only carries that kind of history, but some of the best racing you're going to see on the circuit. I mean, the FIM EWC Sidecar World Championship, it was held all the way there through 2006. The FIA WTCR Race of Belgium has been held there since 2020, or it was there until 2020. And just so much more to be said for all these drivers. They're going to play catch up to the pace car. They're going to lead them around this racetrack. And one of the best things about this style of racing is I get to throw a big old track map up. You get to see it as well as I get to see it. We'll talk more about the racetrack here. Drivers coming around the Butte. They're going to see turn 7, which is basically a bunch of kinks all thrown into one. That is the Terlemenbach. And then they're going to have a big, long, sweeping corner. This is one of the high-speed sections. There's about 1, 2, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 different high-speed sections here. This is turn 8, which is the Boldenbach-Spelt. It is going to wrap back around. You're going to see turn 9. That's the Jilken-Reinsbach. And then Jackie is going to be turn 10. And it's made up of 2 corners, a sharp left-hander and a curved right-hander onto the front straightaway. And that is the race. That is what you're going to see. So the Eaters turn 1. It's going to be a high-speed section as well. Stirrenwacht is going to be out there on turn 2. The Canal is going to be turn 3. And then Lucien, we're going. We're green. Let's do it. Tyler Hammond out front. Drivers in traffic, we'll see Nathan Bigart's back in that 4th spot. He's got a few wins on the series. So does David Steiner. Tyler Hammond leading in that Corvette. They're currently holding on. Full send, folks. Full send. Drivers up to speed. Rolling. 40 seconds of the first 60 as drivers come around turn 5. Up into the Butte, which is going to be, again, one of the high-speed sections, dogleg. You see as they crest the hill here for turn 7, made up of 2 turns, a sharp right-hander, again, sharp left-hander, then back to, 3 turns, then back to the right-hander. Short little shoot, then they'll take the right-hander into the dogleg section down to Boulder, which is going to put them into turn 8. Theodore up a spot. Anthony Crownover sits in 3rd. David Steiner, Robert Church off track just a little bit, so Churchy comes back on track. He is back here in the middle of the straightaway from, or the dogleg from turn 7 to turn 8. Running the old shop. Corvette as the vet is out front. Theodore running Anthony Crownover in the Ferrari just behind. Everybody maximizing the input. Good to see you all out there. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. It is that time. If you haven't done so, make sure you go show some support. Stryker getting some love out there. Stryker running tail of the field. Let's go from the Budgie Bird. Well, we appreciate her, as always. Stryker back here in that 9th spot, right behind Chris Roberge, the Canadian. David Steiner from Australia. We'll see Anthony Crownover working. Theodore clears. One of the things I don't like about the cameras here is that they are beautiful. Now, these cameras are very beautiful as Bigart goes to the inside on Theodore here. The track has a tendency to get away. Oh, no, David Steiner. Anthony Crownover. They go around. Here's what happened. High-speed section into the braking zone. Oh. Crownover hit the candy stripe there, the turtle, and David has to get rolling. Ryan Wentz got involved in that as well, trying to push that car back off the gravel. Ouch. So David Steiner's got some work to do. He gets around Strickland. Crownover able to get away and will be just behind Wesley Strait. Theodore back to 3rd. Nathan Bigart trying to track down Tyler Hammond. First instance. As Tyler Hammond runs a 131.93, Bigart 130.90. We saw some fast times during practice, so now everybody's up and running. We'll see how it's going to work. Anthony Crownover gets around Theodore. Theodore goes back to 5th. He is on the grass here. Have to take a look and see what happened. He did just get free. That's all it was. Nice and easy. Minimize the damage. Full performance Mustang trying to roll back forward. Churchy closing in as he'll go around. Theodore trying to get up and running. Ryan went 145.94 his last lap. 141.41 for Michael Strickland. David Steiner just ahead. He gets off of the circuit there just a little bit. Tires going to be a little hot for these drivers. As Roberge is that next driver. David Steiner trying to close in. Big Art to the back bumper of Tyler Hammond. The McLaren trying to track down the Corvette. We have 4 Corvettes at tonight's race. 1 Ferrari, 1 Porsche, 2 Fords, and 2 McLarens. The 01, one of those McLarens. Tyler Hammond going to maximize the race as they go. All the good things. Real wheelman in the family. Tyler, yes, he is. He's doing great. He's doing phenomenal. Able to drive off, but he drives away a little bit there from Tyler Hammond. Able to hold the braking zone. His time by 131.79. His Big Art runs a 131.51. Pushes into the distance just a little bit, but this is all about finding the speed off the corner. Right now, the Corvette leading as they hit turn 2. Around turn 3 into turn 4 for the 9 as he tries to push off on the outside lane. Big Art all the way to the gravel there. Gets right into the slipstream onto this long straightaway braking zone for the 01 and the 9. Up and out. Drive off. Tyler pushing the boundaries of the car. Up into turn 7, one of the most technical portions of the racetrack. 3 switchbacks. The 01 try to get there. The 01 looking to the inside. Peek the nose there just a little bit, but they run close. As Wesley Strait goes to work, he is closing in the distance as well. Anthony Crownover keeping it close. As these drivers run just a little bit faster each lap. Getting a little bit more out of the car. 4 laps complete. David Steiner coming around turn 8. Off to turn 9. To keep himself rolling. Chris Roberge just behind him as well. Michael Strickland in 7th. Up a spot. Sees Ryan Wendt closing in. Churchy with it off track. He is going to be right behind Theodore. Theodore off 6. Good outside pole position for him. Sorry, he started 3rd. I take that back. And Big Art up 2. Wesley Strait's going to be up 4. As David Steiner runs the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.42. Trying to play catch-up to the drivers as Big Art holds on. Oh, 1 to the inside. Run us up the passing zone. Preferred lane will be the inside. 01 to the 9. Oh, 01 takes the nose off the 9 there. Tyler Hammond showing no appreciation on that one. Big flash to the high beams. And Tyler, if he can get back to him, he'll try to do it. We keep it close, 0.6 of a second difference here. David Steiner closing in the 11.25 second. David Steiner had good lap times during practice. Watched him try to maximize what he could do. Big Art's your race leader now. Used up Tyler Hammond. Tyler trying to close it back in. A second now as they work out into the corner. Wesley Strait closing in as well. Solid for 3rd. Team Hammond from John out there. Much love to you, my friend. Got to get the father-son duo out there. Steiner 1:30.52. We'll see what Big Art throws down this time. There's right now 11.25 still the gap between David Steiner and Nathan Big Art. Tyler Hammond off 1 from the start of the race. Seeing as these drivers go to work. They're doing a decent job. 1:34.59 for Roberge, 1:32.67. Fast lap. Their fastest laps being ran 1:32.23. Ryan Wendt had an off track. He's driving the Porsche. Oop, he had blinked. He would kill you and run. You got this. Got this. I got faith. I got faith. Tyler did finish on the podium last week. It was pretty exciting. We get to anytime we get the chance to talk to new drivers, it's pretty awesome, especially when they get they get into the podium and enjoy the race line, right? So you gotta like it. That's what matters. How do colors look there, John? How do the colors look on the screen? Does it look more vibrant? Brian, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Muscarella Motorsports, give us 1,100.
Sent 1,100 bits.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Make sure you check out the old MuscarellaMotorsports.com. They come in, they give some bits, and we've got a whole bunch of love to show for those drivers. Pretty exciting. Churchy jumping a pit road, just having a struggle bus kind of situation. Massive. Absolutely massive. Theodore 133.50 last time. David Steiner 130 flat. Woo, baby, wheel hopping badness. Running Big Art by a 10th lap, or trying to. It's Big Art with clean air. We'll have to try to find an advantage. 132.42 for Anthony Crown over Roberge. We'll see Stryker just behind. Closest battle you have going on. There's Teddy back here. Oh, Musk out there giving us some love. How are you and the missus doing, my friend? There's somebody who's getting nice and calm here. Picking up a little bit of what he's laying down. Old Ryan went in that Porsche. A little bit of nose damage on the car. He's fine. Doing good. The bathroom's almost done. You're just hanging out for the night. That's awesome. That's awesome. Gotta enjoy it, right? Budgie, 500 biddies. You know, everything's okay. Things are good.
Budgie Bird 5 sent 500 bits.
He said, how you doing? Here's some bits. Put them on the table. Bam! Churchy coming off pit road. Able to get the faster pair. Let's see what happened to Church here. He came off track. He spent a little bit of extra time. I think the car was just undrivable, so he reset the pit road. So he's good to go. It'll be a lap down, but that's okay. Tyler Hammond still within 2 seconds of Nathan Bigart. Wesley Straight, 2.5 back from there. Relative information. Here's the interval from the drivers. David Steiner to the driver. He needs to pass 3.2. Anthony Crown over 2.2. 2.1 from Wesley Straight. Steiner still running the fastest laps on the racetrack. 1:30.072 his last time by. It's a track that is going to be him. I see it. Kids saying, go, Dad, go, from Ryan Wendt. Get it, Brandy. Just ran his fastest lap of the race, 1:33.29. Theodore, 1:33.03. Whoop, don't blink, Ryan. All right. Tyler Hammond back. Comfortable where he's at currently right now. Churchy getting into the gravel. He's good. I like that car. It's a good paint scheme. This is a good paint scheme, too. Oh, an incoming hype train. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. We got 10 seconds left. Don't worry about it. It's a beautiful paint scheme on the 40. He's got it. It's good. I like the Porsche. I drive the Porsche. If I'm out there racing, that's what I race. In the GT3 series, that's the car I like. But I run Lightning McQueen. Stryker just made the pass. We're going to complete a lot of laps today. These are fast laps. 130, 132.87 last time by. Roberge. He's Ryan went just behind him. Oh, baby. It's a beautiful race course. It really is. And one thing that I like about it is that it's just smothered and covered with trees. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be some of the freshest air on a racetrack you're going to get, minus the, minus the smell of pure octane. Stryker trying to pull away. Oh, Ryan gets a little free. Hits the grass there. Theodore closing in as Roberge holds on to 8th. Bigart up and out. Try to push as he can. 1:30.44 his last lap. David Steiner 1:30.30. He gets around Anthony Crownover. He goes back to 5th here, off 3 from the start of the race. David Steiner up and out as well. You see these drivers touch the grass here and touch that gravel. The more they drag onto the racetrack, the worse off it'll be for them. They're halfway through lap 11. Crownover doing a good job. All right. Been doing well. Bam. Aww. I gotta fix that. Bear with me. I don't have a track cam for this one, but I thought I had a car for that. Car cam. All right. What's the closest one? It'll be this one, I think. We're going to do some behind the scenes. We're going to fix some cameras. I thought I had a camera for that car, but apparently I don't. I do make all the cameras here, folks. All right, so we're going to go and find the GT3. This is going to be the Corvette 06 GT3. And we got to go to the Ferrari. Let's go back to Anthony's point of view here. We're going to change, and we're going to load one of the car cams. Open this one up. There we go. Ain't that pretty? All right. Oh, yeah. See, that one's the one we got to change. Forgot about that one. That one's pretty good. That's not too bad. We got to change that one. So, behind the scenes stuff, folks. I'm going to go up just a touch. Yeah, right there. It's because I had the Audi loaded in. Right. He's doing good. He's doing well. All these drivers doing really well. David Steiner's working his way to third. He gets around Wesley straight. Want to make sure that if I make an adjustment now, so like if I want to take and move the car out, right? Look at this car, and then I go to the left camera, and then I go to the, it goes right back. Ryan Wendt having an issue. He's coming to pit lane. He had a big issue right here. Let's take a look. He might have just been trying to fix the car. Big Arch, your race leader. Just behind, we'll see Churchy, Tyler Hammond, 6.5 back. David Steiner closing in. David Steiner's been every bit of consistent as you could ask for. He's closed in 4 seconds since the mishap out there on turn 5. This is the closest these drivers have been in an eye shot. Big Art, of course, he's up and around turn 1, but from second on back, they're there. Right, went on pit road, the 55, not far off of Wesley Straight. Michael Strickland, 27.5 back, be the furthest driver away. Stryker getting a little bit faster. He just ran a 1:32.06. They're closing back in. Theodore just ran a 1:32.43. Robert's 1:40.90. He's just trying to manage the car, doing well. Something must have happened. I was looking to see if anything happened. Churchy coming around. He is, he's seeing the interval. That's your interval right there. Let's see what the gap is for the drivers. They all roll around. Big Art had it off track. It was a pretty heavy off track. It was a full second. He had to slow down there. Oop, yep. Yep, setting himself up. He's good. Church getting around Ryan Wendt. Ryan back out there running. Both drivers, looks to be 2 laps down, but they'll be fine. Big Art rolled up and out of the corner. Everybody holding on. It's okay, Budgie. You're good. Much love, dear. Those curves, these curves are, they're curves. They're curves, right? All right, 9 seconds, 9.5 back. We'll see Tyler Hammond, David Steiner. Steiner trying to get around Tyler here. Drivers in and out of pit lane. Anthony Crowder, one of those drivers that came to pit lane. 22.5 minutes into this one. Kind of making me wonder if maybe a short pit kind of strategy here. Tyler Hammond has a good race going on. David Steiner right there with him. David Steiner, his last lap, 1:39.42. Still faster. I'm sorry, Wesley Straight, 1:39.30. Wesley Straight ran a 1:39.4. Hiya. Can speak. So he just gets his fastest lap of the race. He's playing catch up right now. Figuring this racetrack out. Not a bad night for him. Tyler Hammond still sits in third, right behind David Steiner ran his slowest lap of the race last time by, just trying to manage and get around a couple of drivers here. So he's got 11 seconds he's going to have to make up, as Nathan Bigard has a 1:30.77. These curves are amazing. All right. Full send, right? Full send. All right, Big Art out there. Let's take a look and kind of see where the drivers are working. How about Ryan went 4.5 back, 4.8 back from Robert Church. You see Churchy right there. He's going to be a lap down to Chris Roberge. Roberge rolling. Roberge comfortable. Anthony Crownover in 7th. Again, came to pit road. A short stint. Theodore running 1:33s. How about Stryker getting a little faster each lap? 1:31.5 as he tries to close in about 45 seconds to the race leader. 32 seconds to Wesley Strait. And Wesley Strait, excuse me, he's got a good little battle right here with Tyler Hammond. It looks like it's developing. Tyler Hammond 1:32.26 his last time by. David Steiner coming around his last lap, 1:31.17. Big Art 1:30.28. And that corner's building up. Ooh, Steiner had it off track similarly to what we saw Big Art do. Up and out. So the grass flicking off the rear end of these cars. Kind of crazy to see. David Steiner 1:29.717 his last time by. You see Tyler Hammond not far off. Tyler Hammond just ran his fastest lap of the race, so 1:30.62. Big Art 1:29.78 his last lap. The 63 trying to track down the 01. Can still see him. Trying to close in that 11-second gap. Has to break into the corner. Pushing up. Going to get himself up and around. Tyler's learning a thing or two, about 10 things or two at a time. Couple of different elevation changes here. Big hump coming over to that blind corner right there. So they take the right-hander here for 7. Look at all that grass. David Steiner. Looking at Big Art coming around. He just ran a 1:29.79. David Steiner at a 1:30.06. So we're going to see if Big Art can maximize the input here. Why is Tyler's face on Big Art's head there? It's kind of weird. Whoa! That's a wheel hop in the 10th. Got a hard looking. There he is. His face, it looks normal now. It was a hard wheel hop for the 01 there. He's behind Chris Roberge. David Steiner now able to close in. Last thing you want to do is hit something so hard that you damage the car. 10.5 the gap. All right. SDK is finally figuring itself out. Roberts just ran his fastest lap of the race, 133.45. Big Art ran a 130.65. David Steiner, 130.11 his last time by, 10.5 seconds the gap. We'll see if Steiner can put some effort into maybe. We're halfway through it, so maybe a little halfway remark here. David, he'll push it. He'll push it as hard as he can. A 1 clears out. 10 seconds on this racetrack. Might seem like a long way away, but he can literally still see him. And a good portion of this racetrack, he can see him and try to chase him. There's Roberge just ahead, and Big Art just got around Roberge. 129.95 for Big Art last time by. So this thing on exciting. See where the drivers are going. And it's a halfway hydrate break. Because Budgie is awesome, and I left my coffee upstairs. I'll be right back, folks. Full sand. Yeah. All right, checking all the drivers here. Got my coffee, got to talk to Jess. Oh, man. All right, back at it. Sorry, folks. It took a little longer. David Steiner, fastest lap of the race, 129.54 last time by. Trying to close in, gets around where Ryan went there, 130.09 as they come around. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you for the hydrate and stretch out there. Theodore having an issue. He is coming around. Driver should be thinking about pit road any moment. As Big Art will work the curves. Wesley Straight, about 0.8 of a second off of Tyler Hammond, as he and Tyler have been putting on a show here as I stepped away for a moment. Love to see it. Love to see everybody out there. Thank you so much to everybody working through, well, all of it and everything that's happened. Striker up 3 spots. We have from the back to the front, he would be the driver that would be up the most spots. He is being consistent, 130.152 his last time by. Churchy just ran his fastest lap of the race. Come on, Churchy, 133.43. He's getting a little better each and every lap. Let's see what he does this time. 133.77, doing pretty darn phenomenal. About 2 minutes away from Chris Roberge as they do work. Vigard coming around, 12.5 seconds. The gap as Steiner comes around. 129.66 is Big Art's fastest lap. He just ran it. But the fastest lap of the race, David Steiner has run. Oh, Tyler Hammond off track. Coming to pit road. So is Wesley Straight as they close in. Michael Strickland coming around. A little bit of love on that Corvette. Little Ray's energy. All right. Tyler Hammond leaving pit road. Oh, they entered pit lane. So let's see if we can get a better shot. There it is. A little bit long on the fuel mileage. Wesley Straight. It's going to take tires. Tyler Hammond. We'll see it as well. We'll see if Tyler just took fuel only. He's going to try to stretch that as it would be. Oh, Big Art. Into the back of Theodore there as they come to pit road. Big Art now with a little bit of nose damage. See David Steiner trying to close in here. He'll come to pit road as well. Michael Strickland up to third. It's around Tyler Hammond. Wesley Straight will now have about 5.5 seconds. That's the difference on their pit stops there. As Hammond gets up to speed, Anthony Crownover sits in 6th. Big Art into his pit stall here. David Steiner coming on pit road. Will try to maximize his pit stop here. We'll stop behind the current race leader. Big Art, 16-second pit stop. David Steiner rolling. See Theodore pushing out. So fuel only for the 01. He said that's what it looked like. David Steiner will leave pit road as well. He shortchanged his pit stop there, about 16.5 seconds. Michael Strickland coming around. Find himself in third. Going to run an extra lap. As we'll see Tyler Hammond try to close in. Wesley Straight in 5th. Anthony Crownover is going to be in 6th. Roberge will be looking at pit road at some point here. Theodore coming off pit road not too long ago. How about Ryan Robert Church? He just ran his fastest lap of the race again. Ryan went 132.97. That's his fastest lap of the race. All these drivers hitting the Belgium circuit here. This will be 18 minutes, under 18 minutes to go. Big Art to Roberge. Roberge was a lap down. And now is back a lap down to the race leader. Tyler Hammond close to Strickland. Wesley Straight, 5.7. Trying to get around Churchy here. Both drivers into a fast section here as they get into turn 7. Wesley Straight clears Mr. Church, and Mr. Church rolling. A lot of times still left in the race. Anything can happen. This is the closest battle we're going to have here for a moment. Stryker coming up pit road. Tyler Hammond will take the short circuit. And we'll see Wesley Straight in tow. 1.8, the maximum effort. All right. Now would it be? All right, Big Art, roll it. All right, something happened on the stream. Want to give some love. Dan, thank you, sir. Appreciate you for the like. Much love to you, my friend. All the good things, all the good things. Big Art, your race leader, 9.5 seconds, now to 9.9. As Big Art runs a 1:31.31, we'll see Theodore just ahead of him. Or just behind him, sorry. Steiner will be just ahead of, just behind Theodore. Big Art. Couple of rounds, going to be up into the middle of turn 5. Ooh, big wheel hop there. It's a dangerous corner to have the wheel hop. Roberge has come to pit road. He has had his time. He's going to be looking at what he can do here. Church 2 laps down. Ryan went 4 laps down, but everybody's still running. Still on it with that Porsche. Oh, but he has a big blink there. Churchy doing a great job. Roberge 1:44.30 last time. This time by. Had his pit stop in there, 2:21.99. Theodore C. Stryker, the driver he's trying to track down, 19.8 seconds. Crown over, 33 seconds. The advantage for that driver in 5th. Wesley Straight, 9.7. Ryan Went having an off track here. He's good. He's coming to pit lane. Big Heart up near the wall, 129.57. He just ran his fastest lap of the race. David Steiner trying to match lap times, 131.15 as he gets around Theodore. Lost a lot of time on that lap. Just a little bit of lap traffic, making it difficult, but hey, it's part of racing. All right, Big Art trying to match that lap time, 129.57. Fastest lap of the race, David Steiner, 129.54. Ah, you're good, Budgie. You could be in whatever state of mind you want to be in. Tyler Hammond had a great pit stop there. Wesley Straight taking a little bit longer, trying to close in. His 5.7 seconds as we are approaching the 10 to go. Theodore just ran his fastest lap of the race, 131.17. Rubber's being laid down, little smoke screen ahead. As 11.5 seconds separate the top two. Stryker just behind. 141.90 his last lap as they continue to move up into the 5 spot. Stryker trying to get that extra advantage. Having a good race. Just trying to be calm. I think that's one of the biggest things about it. Just be calm. Big Art, the only driver to lap him right now. As the 01 wheel hops around, trying to keep himself clean on the racetrack. Anthony Crownover sits in third. Stryker, sits off 3, sits in 5th. Was your outside pole sitter. Theodore sits off 4. Roberge off 2. Roberge, 134.74. Very respectable there. Church coming around. Ryan had an off track, but he's fine. 8 off tracks for Big Art, 15 for David Steiner, according to SDK. As these drivers continue to go to work. 129.92 last time for Big Art. David Steiner this time by 130.22, 0.3 of a second. The difference and the better for the 01. Series goes to, I think they're going to the Red Bull course next week. Let me look here real quick. This GT3 series is a ton of fun. It's good to call. Watching them get out there and have the Red Bull Ring on March 10th. Then Watkins Glen, they're going to go to Le Mans for the Crown Jewel race. That'll be a ton of fun. Maximum effort. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Oh, man. Crownover just ran his fastest lap of the race, 131.046, so 131.05. Theodore, a 130.62. Wesley Straight ran 134.67. Wesley doing a bang-up job, really is. All the drivers doing the things. Big Art's rolling. Just ran a 129.52. That's the fastest lap of the race. And we'll be under 8 minutes to go. all the things in the world. I tell you what, Tyler Hammond trying to go for back-to-back podiums here. He's doing a wonderful job. Wesley Straight lost a little bit of ground on his last lap. We'll see what he's doing here. 9.6. The disadvantage currently. But he did do a good job of maximizing that lap time. 1:31.24. They got several laps left. Ooh, grass sprayed all over the place. Everybody putting in the energy. There's Roberge just ahead. Roberge is a lap down. That Monster Energy machine. He's just out there to race and enjoy himself. We like it. Signature Esports is going to be hosting a couple of different events coming up. It includes a new league, folks. We're going to be running Gen 6 Air League, 20 races. It's going to start April 5th. It's going to be a daytime race. It's going to be on Saturdays. So right now, what is I say daytime race? It's going to be an earlier race. The Saturdays we call the Chop Racing Xfinity Series, and so one thing I wanted to do was get myself an opportunity to have more opportunities to race with our community, but also give opportunities for other commentators to try to call some races. So the Signature Esports Gen 6 League is starting up. It'll be the way that I've set it up. It's going to be $20 to enter. $10 goes to help the league and to fund the races, and of course make sure that we set up what we're doing, but also pay a commentator to pay their voice and do that, and that will be it's going to be our Saturday series. We're going to do it earlier in the day, so that way we don't have to conflict with anybody. And then one thing we are going to be doing with that is the other $10 of that money is going to go directly to. We're going to put up a poll at the end of the season, and the drivers are going to choose what charity we're going to send the rest of that money to. So it's going to be cool. We're going to do it all for a good cause, but also at the same time we're going to do it all for all because I won the Gen 6 Series League, and that's the day that's the time I could do it. Powder Puff Series is going to end in a couple of weeks, and we're going to bring that back in the fall. So if you want to be a part of that, that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm pretty thrilled to be able to do that. You'll be able to watch. Basically, it's like the father-son race or the significant other races, so to speak. 1 week, you'll have your Powder Puff driver, and the next week you'll have their sponsor racing, and so we're going to do it that way. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, I think. Wesley Straight just ran his fastest lap of the race. So did Anthony Crown, over 1:30.59 for Wesley Straight, about a second and a half faster than Tyler Hammond, pushing toward the end of this race. Under 4 minutes to go. We'll see about 3 more laps out of these drivers. Should get about 40. So that's going to be a ton of fun. You join our Discord and be a part of that. Thank you, Budgie. See, Budgie's already on it. That's how you that's how you get involved. David Steiner coming around, had Stryker go around there. Fourteen and a half seconds the gap. Sunday Fun Day series. That's the series that we already have, and it's every Sunday. We change up the vehicle and do all of that. That's something we're doing. March 11th, which is going to be our off night. So tomorrow is the 4th, and then so next Tuesday we have a charity race that we're throwing on for Thompson Racing, and that charity race benefits the Special Olympics. It's pretty cool. Gonna truly enjoy all of that. And then we got some dirt series racing back on Thursdays. I think Budgie enjoys her dirt racing, so we're gonna see that again. And then what else we got? We got a whole bunch of stuff. We got playoffs happening. We've got leagues that are talking about renewing. We've got PC in the process of doing things. You know, just all sorts of stuff. David Steiner back here. I wonder if he's saving fuel. Big Art 129.51 his last time by. 18 seconds to gap. David Steiner trying to fire the car back up. Tyler Hammond, 28 seconds around. Wonder if Steiner put enough fuel in this thing. He did. He's fine. Gonna go one more round. So Big Art, as they close in, it's gonna at least get one more lap out of this. So he'll get this one and probably one more. 25 seconds the gap as David Steiner settles in here. Really needing to push all that hard. He has a 20-second gap to Tyler Hammond behind him. A little bit higher gear. Big Art pushing hard here. Wesley Straight just ran again his fastest lap of the race, 1:30.53. 6 seconds the gap between he and Tyler Hammond. Tyler Hammond just had an off track, big off track for Tyler Hammond. Guard rolling. That's how you get involved with Chop Shop. That's right. The old Chop Shop Racing fan. I want to thank Chopp'N It Up podcast. Check them out on Spotify. You can also check them out on YouTube. We love the Chopp'N It Up podcast. It allows you to get to know all the drivers. This is your white flag lap, so they'll get one more around here as the drivers go to work. And one of the cool things about being able to do all that we do here is it's just, you know, having the basis of enjoying ourselves. 63, I believe, is trying to take it easy. Tyler Hammond is closing in pretty quickly here. David Steiner is slowed up here. So check out the Chopp'N It Up podcast. Check out all the sponsors and affiliates of Chop Shop Racing by joining the Discord or go to chopshopracing.net. Of course, you can also jump on board, grab yourself a GT3 Esports t-shirt that is in our merch store. Thank you to Muscarella Motorsports for all of our cautions in every race, all except for the GT3 series because everything's localized. I want to thank Sino Carpets, of course, Lunatic Designs, the Chop Shop Racing family for being on board with us over here. Thompson Racing for continuing to be. He's like the little brother you never had, right? David Steiner trying to work. Does he have enough fuel to make it toward the end? He's pushing a little bit harder here as he gets up into the back portion of this racetrack. Nathan Big Art's going to come around, though. He's going to get the win. Not without consequence. David Steiner closing back in as well. Wesley Straight within 4 seconds of Tyler Hammond here. Tyler trying to have his second back-to-back podiums. And David Steiner will come home in P2. I do believe you can coast from here. As Tyler Hammond will try to hold on to it here. Wesley Straight is closed in. He's got an eye shot to him. They've got 2 more turns. David Steiner will finish P2. And Tyler Hammond, final corner. Will come around and hold on to it. It'll be P3. Second podium back-to-back for Tyler Hammond. Wesley Straight will be P4. Anthony Cronover in 5th. Michael Strickland will finish the lap down. He's already there. And then Ryan Wendt coming around. He's going to finish this race. But Cronover ran his fastest lap of the race, the last lap of the race, 1:30.70. 1:30.70.5, so 1:30.71. Ryan Wendt doing a great job. You should run this kind of racing a little bit more. Oh, he blinked. The 01 comes home victory lane. He burns it down. And your race results look as such. Big Art Steiner, Tyler Hammond, your top 3 straight, crown over your top 5. Stryker finishes in 6th. Theodore finishes 7th. Roberge, Ryan Went. Robert Church. And we're going to Red Bull Ring next week. Well, that'll be fun. A little bit of time. Love it. Much love, Budgie. You're amazing. Thank you for putting all the links up for me. Yeah, calm night. Calm night. Oh yeah, I wasn't in the broadcast waiting room. There it is. If the Big Arch comes home in victory lane tonight, not a bad night, man. I mean, did you guys not qualify? I think we had 3 drivers qualify. You still put you in the middle of the field.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Dave were trying to, just try to start from the back, but we didn't get a lot of people to qualify. I think guys were just timid because they didn't know the track. So yeah, we still ended up starting like 4th or 5th. But yeah, hectic start. It was fun. Tyler did a great job, man. He was fast tonight. Anthony was doing great. These guys for coming out here, I know like for 90% of the field, this was, our first time on the track, including me. Like I bought it this afternoon, did like an hour of practice and then the hour before the race too. And made it fun though, a very technical, challenging track. And these guys came out and supported Chop Shop and I had a great night.
A lot of sweeping corners, a lot of it's technical in a lot of the kinks because there's a lot of switchback corners on this racetrack. The art of this racetrack, no pun intended for the state of the art racing on the screen here, but the art of this racetrack is being able to manage throttle off and finding the corners that can upset the car. Can disrupt that, but we want you catch a lot of air tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the hardest part is those 3 chicanes. I think a lot of the guys when you'd catch them for most of the track, they were just as fast, and you'd have a hard time passing them on any of the straightaways or to try to get a run. But the chicanes is where you can gain a lot of the speed. And yeah, it was weird. First practice I did, I was, doing laps and I was just so far off from the lap time that was expected from, the VRS setup that I was looking at. And I went and I watched their video and that's what they were showing me to do was to jump right over them things. Apparently it doesn't hurt the car. I don't know if that's an iRacing glitch or what. And same within the second chicane, how much you can cut without getting an off track or a slowdown. You can have your left sides and right sides right up over onto the curb. And this is definitely a unique track for that. I don't think I've ever seen that before as strong as it is at this track. So glad that they have those instructional videos out there to help us learn these tracks. Because if not for that, I think it would have made a big difference for me tonight.
I think one of the things that I didn't want to point out what we saw at NASCAR at the COTA this weekend, but I was noticing a lot of what I thought were close calls and off-track cuts and stuff like that, and I never saw anybody slow down. So, that's good to know. The last time I drove this track was when it came out. So it's an iconic track for the service, but it is also a track that it's sweeping. It really is.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think a lot of us did, especially for our first time out here. I heard a couple people say that they really enjoyed this track. Ryan came out, Church was out here, Stryker was new to it. I know Anthony and I just bought it, and Tyler put it on the schedule because he thoroughly enjoys it and he does a great job here. So definitely see myself racing here again in the future, and really looking forward to it.
Big schedule for this racetrack, and there's a lot of different cars come to this racetrack, including the ARCA car. So there's and that's through iRacing's formula for how they put these cars out within the schedule. So you never know. You could see. Maybe we'll see iRacing put on a Belgium 6 hour. That'd be pretty fun. Fast laps here, a lot of laps complete, which is pretty unique for this style of racing.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's such a fast paced. You never get a break. It seemed like at this track, the straightaways are short. A lot of corners fast. Minute and a half laps. it was crazy. It felt like I just never had a chance to take a breath. That is one good thing. I get why like Spa and Le Mans are popular, because you just in the middle of the lap you can actually take a break for a second, grab a drink. I haven't usually I'll take a sip of my drink throughout the race, but tonight was not one of those nights.
Right. Right. No, I see the advantage of the racetrack, but and the disadvantage, there's so many sand traps around this dang old thing. It's like you're playing Sunday golf.
Yeah, it's fun though. I liked it.
All right, folks, we gotta get a screenshot. I picked the perfect lap for me to catch an air here. So I'm gonna grab a screen grab here real quick. As soon as it hits, sparks were flying. Your rear end slammed on the ground. The fact that you didn't get any damage out of that just boggles my mind, because you hit that thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
and like I
solid.
said, even the VRS guy that did the video, he said that exact thing. He's like, "Don't worry about doing this. For some reason, it doesn't hurt the car." And literally told me that's what you're supposed to do, is jump that thing.
Yeah, that's what you did. You
Yeah,
got some air. You got some
yeah.
dang old air. That
You
whole
can't hit
right.
the first one, but you can hit the second two. You got to hit that second one.
Hold
Yeah.
on, folks. Look at the tire. Like, that tire's off the ground. That tire. You've got 3 wheels off the ground on this race car. Only thing that's still in the race car is that 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 left rear. So
And it's
pretty pretty
wild sometimes
intense.
when you're driving it and the front end goes up so high that you can't see the racetrack anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
just you're looking up in the air.
there's a lot of parts on this racetrack that just because of the elevation change. I mean, you have so many. How do I put that? You have a ton of blind curves on this one. That it doesn't seem like you should, but you do. And there's a lot of blind curves on this racetrack.
Yeah,
And
you can't see a lot. You got to anticipate what's coming up for sure.
and then let's see, folks. I'm literally doing what I do after the race here. So sorry if anybody's learning something here, but you don't have to. You can just listen to what Nate's saying here. I
Yeah.
literally
While you're doing that, I'm gonna give my shout outs
do it.
to the Chop Shop guys, all the admins. I see John was out there watching, supporting Tyler out here, and the rest of us. I know he cheers for all of us out here, just to put on a good show and to get to know each other some more. I think most of us were in Discord together, hanging out, and it's a good group of guys. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, all the drivers. Uh, give a shout out to Dave for his P2 and Tyler for P3. I think Dave had the speed to really battle me tonight if he hadn't had that first lap incident or second lap incident and got spun out and lost time. But he stayed at that same like distance behind me. We were battling for that fastest lap of the race. I know he made a run for it at the end, cooled his tires off. That's why he fell back trying to get that fastest lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to everybody tonight, the sponsors, Chopping It Up podcast, all the everybody that sponsors the Chop Shop League, Speedy Trophies, Dub Farms, Admin Box, um, yeah, you Signature Esports, Jason doing a broadcast. Appreciate you, everything you do, all your fans out there watching, all our fans out there watching. Number one fan, love you, mom.
All right, brother. We'll appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow night for Little Truck Series racing.
Yeah, we'll see you at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, back-to-back road courses. There you go. That'll be the way it goes. Not too bad. Let's talk to P2 tonight. David Steiner comes home. And what I thought was, I was watching you practice. P2 tonight, of course. I was watching you practice, man, and I was like, man, oh, man, he is going to be fast tonight. And same concept I was talking to Nate about. You guys wanted to kind of start from the rear, but you started, just 2 rows back.
Yeah, I guess yeah, that's right. Yeah, a few other fellas didn't qualify either, and maybe it took the practice times and or maybe iRacing. I'm not sure. Not sure how it allocates that, but yeah, we ended up in the middle there. would have been good to start right at the back.
It was still fun. I mean, and it looked like it was fun. I know you were playing catch up from the long haul, but man, you were throwing it down, throwing it across the corners, getting yourself. I mean, I couldn't see the racetrack being any more in favor of your style of driving. You look free, you look loose, but then you also look like you were just rolling and managing it.
Yeah, it's a great track. I enjoyed the race. It was a good race. I think everybody enjoyed it from what I heard. Everyone's saying how good the track was. But it's a very busy track. You don't get a break.
That's
You're
what Nate
constantly
said.
thinking about what's happening now and what's important next, and so you don't get much of a break, which is good. Yeah, after that second lap little turnaround, that's horrible. Hate it when that happens. Ruins your day. But it's just the lightest of touches and you spin on the top. But yeah, it was after that. It was just I was attempting basically 40 qualifying laps just to try and shut it down, and I just cooked up those tyres. We were going tit for tat with the fastest laps. Nate would post a quick one, and I'd post a quick one, and he got it at the end there. I did try and ease off a bit just to try and set that lap, but no, they were ruined. They were down to, well, for what it's worth, they were down to about 60% was the loss.
Boy, woo!
They used a bit of.
I would say more than a bit. I think at 60%, even Formula Drift champions would say, "I'm done."
Yeah, got my money's worth, got my value out of them. Not giving much back to Michelin at the end of the day, so
Yep.
that's good.
Yep. The old Marshmallow Tire Man says we're good. We're good. We're even.
Yeah.
Nah, good race. Good. A good night for GT3 Series racing, because we have a tendency to just always put our we try to put our best foot forward and be competitive, but it's kind of cool to see you guys try something different, and be in congestion at the start of the race, because you guys are usually sitting up on the front row trying to do some things, and but it helps these other drivers who are trying to get better at road course racing. If they follow the two fastest guys or they race with the two fastest guys, that they can pick up something. And and it seemed like tonight that was definitely the case. Everybody seemed like they were just getting faster and learning more about the racetrack as the time went on, and learning more about how to race around you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the important thing. Yeah, it's a good race. Everyone enjoyed the race, and it's a great group of guys here that come in every Tuesday morning, Monday night, I should say. But yeah, as you said, the important thing is, like, everybody who's coming in here, particularly those less experienced outside of the oval format, they're getting better at every time. So every track you go to, this one's different again. Different features, different techniques and styles, and everyone's learning learning racecraft and rounding out their skills, so that they're probably even, for the oval guys, it's probably going to help you on the ovals too over time as your driving improves. But yeah, everyone's getting in and getting better, improving every week. I don't see Chris improving, because he's still at 0 incidents, and how do you get better than that, right?
Right.
He's at that peak of accuracy. But no, what an effort again for him for that. Another 0. But yeah, everyone's getting better, and it's good to mix it up and start further back and cruise along in the pack with the guys. It's my intent, just to try and hold position for a while there and just enjoy the race around these fellas, and it's another thing to have experience, to build up experience with a driver right in your mirrors, and try and concentrate on the important things ahead of you and maintain accuracy and maintain your line, whilst also trying to not be overwhelmed by the car that's in your mirrors. And so going to try and just hang about there and do that. But no, I messed it up. I touched the back of Anthony, I think it was, and spun around.
Yeah, I ran the Delar IR18 at Coda this week, and I can tell you, I finished dead last, but I was okay with it because I don't run I don't run Delaras at Circuit of the Americas. I never thought I would ever say that, but I will tell you that I was the guy in everybody's rearview mirror as I was picking things up and picking up how to drive that car, right? Um, and I can say that I know that I was trying not to get into somebody and always try to focus on trying to hit that corner because another car and their braking zones you can differ and vary so much that it does makes all the difference. And a track like this Belgium circuit is one, it's beautiful. It was beautiful to watch as you guys were coming around the racetrack. You as drivers, but seeing um, the switchbacks and the change and just everything build up. This style of racing, I think iRacing is just it's just gonna improve more and more.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's one of the old classic tracks too. You can tell by the names
Mm-hmm.
attributed to the corners, like Xbox and
Yep.
so on. You can just tell that it's got a lot of history, and it does. It's got a lot of history. It's got a lot of Formula One history from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And DTM loves it. DTM go here a lot on the circuit there.
And one of the things I will say is that the um, most notable history is the lives this track has taken, but the racing history is I mean, since the '60s this thing has been um, laying down some racing. So this thing is this track is going to be it's going to be one of those tracks that
Yeah.
you can't ever forgive yourself for not racing it. I think.
Yeah, you're right. You just reminded me. I think this is where Villeneuve lost his life in a Ferrari. I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a shame. Yeah, it's one of those things. It was on my list of track facts for this racetrack, and from I watch a lot of I'm a little to date myself here, but I like the history of racing, right? If you can put me on to if anybody puts me onto a documentary about racing, I'm all about it. And I've watched the history of safety in motorsports, and that was one of the the key moments that I was able to remember and put down on my track facts there. So, crazy to think, but
Yeah. Mm.
Things stand out in your mind. But David, you stand out in everybody's mind. Looking forward to see you guys at the Red Bull Ring. That's going to be next week, man. Give a shout out, man. P2 finish.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to yourself. Thanks for the broadcast as always. Signature Esports. It's always great. Chopping it up, media and podcast. Thanks to those guys for putting that on, and the Chop Shot team in its entirety, as always, for doing all the work they do, get all the leagues running and keeping it going. And thanks to all the fellas who turned out. Some good looking runs there. I'm just casting my eye over the list, and Tyler in third, well done, and Wesley in fourth, and they were both running 2 incidents, so that's good clean running. Good lap times, 30.1 for Wes, that's good. So, and Chris we mentioned, but yeah, thanks everyone. It was good, great race, good fun, good hanging out with these boys and turning a few laps. And last but certainly not least, a shout out to the 2 Caffrey boys. Hopefully they get a chance to tune in between things and zone out for a while and watch a race.
It will be insane that we just watched it. You both just hit the bump. It slowed both of you down. It literally just happened as you were finishing up that. I have it slowed down to quarter speed over the first couple of laps, and man, oh man, it was just bad timing. It was bad timing on both of it. But hey, those things happen, man.
Yeah, they have. Lucky he didn't turn. He was beginning to.
Yep. Yeah, he saved it.
After I touched him. Yeah, he saved it.
But you did drive back through the field from a massive gap there for a moment, and that's impressive in itself. David, congratulations, man. Once again, enjoy your Tuesday, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Jason. See you guys.
You too. David Steiner comes home. P2 tonight. Last but not least, back-to-back podiums for Tyler Hammond as you knock it out of the park. Look at you leading the laps, doing things, making it hard on people, and boy, did you have a great pit stop. You put the right amount of fuel in. You did everything right, man. Another podium.
Hey, thank you so much. I just got one thing to say here. Wheelman, right here.
That's right. You read the comments on YouTube. Oh man. What's it like having Big Art try to chase you down, and you try to hold him off?
It's intense, man. I was when I heard in the pre-race that Steiner and Bigger weren't qualifying, I'm like, man, I better put in a good lap and get out in front. You know, lead some laps for the first time. But man, they're quick, man. They say they're starting in the back, man, but they start like P4 and P5, and they get up there right on you real quick. So it gets pretty intense.
Is it hard to stay focused because they're there to focus on that race line? And that's something that David was just talking about. When somebody's in your rearview mirror, what it can be difficult. Do you lose your train of thought, lose your focus whenever somebody's right there, or do you just kind of have to hit your marks?
A little bit, but I just try to focus on the line. Apexes and X's.
Man, oh man, who else to talk about? You've got a couple back-to-back podiums. This is a good start, man. Consistency builds. What is it? Oh man, what's the phrase? Consistency builds technique, and technique builds race wins, right? So the tracks are favoring the mid-range cars, the mid-style cars. You're able to keep up. You're able to run consistent laps, and I think that's one of the things that I'm seeing the Corvette finally show more of a stance when it comes to road series racing. The McLaren's pretty well dominant pretty much everywhere, but seeing the Corvette actually hold its own. I mean, the setups are either getting better or the car's actually starting to drive better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to put it on McLaren's dominant, man, but I think that's just because the drivers they have are just out of this world. When it comes compared to all the rest of us, they like Steiner's car says dominate. They tend to dominate. I think it's just a bit of a skill issue on my part that I can't keep up with them. But I can see the gap is closing a bit.
Well, no, I'm not talking about in the league. I'm talking about overall. No, McLaren's overall are favored in as far as like the way they handle the Porsches handle differently than the Mustangs. The Mustangs handle differently than the Vets and so on and so forth. There are different characteristics for each of these vehicles, and it's not like stock car racing. A Toyota, Chevy and Ford, just the three different manufacturers. They all tend to have a tendency to drive the same. They just bump different, right? These cars all drive different.
Oh yeah. I mean that's why I've kind of wanted to do kind of in this league like a balance of performance like they do in real life and like the iRacing officials. But man, that's just a lot of work, that's just too much for like a small time league like us.
It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. I took a screenshot of your car. Because it was a good screenshot. I look at this. Did you take tires? I'm trying to gauge pit stops here because pit stops are being finicky when it comes to time.
No, I didn't take any tires. I just put in like the bare minimum amount of fuel to get me out as quick as possible.
Right.
I think I ended the race like 63% on my left front.
Yeah, that's what David said. He was about 60% on his. So that was where I was trying to gauge the time here because, I know that if you get a four tire change and you fill it with fuel, it's a long time on pit road. But
oh yeah,
27, 28 seconds. But if you fill the car halfway up with fuel, just to make it to the end. That right there can be a whole different ball of wax, and things have a tendency to bode well. SDK lies to me occasionally, and I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
that things are telling me what I'm supposed to know. So, but hey, man, you led a couple of laps here tonight, and what's your game plan for the Red Bull Ring?
Oof, I don't know. I'm expecting a lot more people at the Red Bull Ring. This Zolder's kind of an unpopular track, but practically everyone has Red Bull Ring, so and it's an easy track to learn. So a lot more competition. So I'm just hoping to make it out alive because I know in the officials, the Red Bull Ring, it could be kind of a wreck fest sometimes.
Chaos can only happen if we let it happen. That's the way I say
Oh
it.
yeah,
But
yeah. Everyone here runs really clean though, so I'm looking forward to it.
it'll be great. No matter how it is, no matter who does what, Red Bull Ring's going to be. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Tyler, give me shout outs, man. You get a P3 finish tonight, back-to-back podiums, and movement going forward.
Hey, shout out to you, Jason. For putting up the broadcast. I'm usually watching it every single time the next day, and they're always fantastic. I gotta say, and shout out to the two people that passed me, David Steiner and Nate Bigger. The always is Nate Bigger. That's where he's an honorary Australian, given how fast he is compared to he's right there with David Steiner. So and shout out to my dad. Shout out to Wesley Straight. He was last few laps. He was gaining on me. Maybe if it was like 5 more laps in that race, he would have definitely passed me and been interviewed instead of me. But yeah, man, it's an awesome race. Physical track. A lot of fun.
It's gonna be even better. They said you don't get a break, and now you don't get a break. So.
Oh yeah, I mean my halfway through that race, my left hand started cramping. So it's definitely a physical track.
Yep. I can see it. I can see it being that way. All right, brother. Well, congratulations. I look forward to seeing more out of you, and man, it's gonna be a ton of fun.
Thanks so much, man. See you in Red Bull Ring.
You too. Tyler Hammond comes home P3 tonight as the life of the party maximizes the input. Big Art gets the win tonight. Biggest mover of the race is Wesley Straight. He is up 3, but he started the furthest back and would be counted out of that. Congrats to Wesley. He's competitive now, man. I tell you what. But Big Art, he gets the win. Is all of this just it was good. So it was a ton of fun. Be good, be safe, folks. Be kind to one another. Congrats to Nathan Budgie out there. Solid run from Mr. Hammond to the young Hammond. We appreciate you all, folks. If you haven't done so, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, follow, subscribe everywhere that we are. And, of course, and always, thank you very much to everybody tuning in. This was a ton of fun to call. Yeah, it's going to be good. We'll see you tomorrow night at Watkins Glen. A little more road course racing, but that's going to be on the stock car side. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.